Hey guys, it's Jack here today, and today I'm going to be talking about a band that I feel have slowly gotten worse over time. By the way, did initially record this video outside. I was planning on doing so, but since you know, it's getting darker earlier, and I couldn't find lighting anywhere. And when I finally got recording the video, and I was about 11 minutes in, my phone fucking notified me that my phone was critically low and completely fucking stopped my video. So I'm having to start completely from scratch and do the video again. So I'm pretty annoyed at that, but oh well. At least I'm giving you guys good content. The band I'm going to be talking about today is Korn. And this is a band, so I'm going to get straight to the point and everything now because, fucking video fucking stopped. So I had to waste like 11 minutes of my life on a video that I'm not even going to fucking post. But what can you do? So I want to talk about Korn, Korn. So this band are massive. I think just about everyone in the rock and metal scene knows this band. And I want to talk about how I got into them and what I consider their career high points and career not so good points. So I got into the band through Falling Away From Me, Freaking on a Leash, Got the Life, Here to Stay, all the big songs from the band. Um, and many people I knew at the time were telling me to go back and check out their earlier material because I did have Follow the Leader. That was my first Korn album. And I played it, but there was something that I was just not quite feeling. I liked it, but it was just one of those CDs I'd throw on for a few songs and then that was it. It wasn't until I heard the song Blind without thinking about it, all of their songs would come on MTV, so it was only a matter of time before I discovered Blind. And I discovered Blind and there was something a lot darker about that song compared to the bigger songs that just drew me in. So I checked out I bought their first album, should I say, and that was what completely sold me on the band. I'd play this album non-stop. And yeah, this album I still love. It's my favourite from the band. Blind, Need to, Shoot Some Ladders, Ball Tongue, Clown, Faggot, Daddy. They've got some pretty fucked up songs on this album. But yeah, I love this album. Rating for this album is a 10 out of 10. This was an absolute game changer and still an album I love going back to. Then shortly after I picked up Life is Peachy, as this was another album I had recommended to me. I love this album too. Amazing. There's only one song on the album that actually ruins it for me, and that's the song. I've never been able to pronounce the title of it. It's kind of like loads of computer symbols, and he's like, I don't know what to say, so what, don't give a fuck. It's like the lazy, he's like, ass, tits, ass, fuck, shit, this, that. It's like the most lazy song lyrics I've ever heard. But other than that song, this album's amazing. Like Good God, Wicked, No Place to Hide. The biggest song, ADIDAS, All Day I Dream About Sex. Great song. Good God, I already mentioned. My favourite song on the album, Good God. Mr. Rogers as well is a great song. She, CHI, Swallow, Lost. A great album, a really, really good album, and a really dark album. Porno Creep's another good one as well. They lost a lot of that darkness going forward. I'd give it a 9.5. The only song that lets it down is that one song that I mentioned halfway through. Another good song on the album is Twist. A really cool opener. Gets things going. Great album. This was the true golden era for me. Then the album that I first bought, I thought I'd go back and check it out again. Follow the Leader. I'd give it a 7.5. There's not all those standouts. There are a few. Freaking on a Leash is absolutely legendary. Got the Life is pretty legendary as well. It Sounds Good. This album starts off so well, and then the best songs are the first few for me. Dead Bodies Everywhere is amazing as well, and then the album just, it's still good all the way through. There's some great songs later on in the album. But overall, this album's very front heavy. The best stuff's right at the beginning. 7.5 out of 10. I really enjoy it. And then you have Issues, which I think is a great album. It brought back a lot of the darkness from the first two. I'm not going to name off every single song on the album. But like a few that stand out for me are Falling Away from Me, Make Me Blind, Make Me Bad. Sorry, fucking hell, been a long day. Yeah, Make Me Bad, Falling Away from Me, and Somebody Someone is my personal favourite song on the album. This album's really good. I would give it a 9 out of 10. I can't remember like every single fucking song title right now. I haven't gone back to as much the first two. Those first two are the ones I generally go to. So I'm not going to name off like every single song from, you know, albums coming forward. Then Untouchables, which I think is really good. Um, yeah, this is a good album. Not as good as Issues. Issues is like the best thing after those first two for me. But yeah, you have Here to Stay, which is amazing lead single, one of the best Korn songs. Faultless, which is another one of the best Korn songs. It also features Aaron Paul from Breaking Bad. So that's a great fucking song as well. And Alone No Breaks, one of my absolute favourites. This album, I'd give it like an 8 out of 10. It's a bit better than Follow the Leader. It's a bit better. I'd give it a strong 8 out of 10. There's a lot higher highs on this album, and I feel like the album all the way through is like pretty good, even if it's not amazing, it's solid all the way through. Whereas Follow the Leader is like those first 5 or 6 songs are just like amazing, and then it's just like it's good still. But yeah, I do prefer Untouchables. Obviously, all this is opinion based. If you love Follow the Leader, that's cool. I may grow to love it eventually and see what everyone sees as like one of the top best out. It's still a great album, but like, yeah. Untouchables felt like darker as well. Same with Issues. Like they felt like darker albums, and that's what I love about Korn, their darkness. Then we have Take a Look in the Mirror, which I'd say is on about the same level as Untouchables. It's still really good. It's a bit darker in some ways, so I've probably played it a bit more. Like this album's a strong 8 out of 10. I'd say that this is a strong 8 out of 10. This album. You have Right Now, which is honestly one of my favourite chords. I love that song. Same with Did My Time. I love Did My Time. Fucking hell, what else have you got? Everything I've Known as well, which was another single on the album. Break Some Off is cool. Like, this is a good album. I really like this album. There's other songs I love on this album, but I'm too fucking tired to mention. I used to play this album a lot when I was younger, and I mean a lot. I may even give this album an 8 point. I'd probably give it like a light 8.5 out of 10. Honestly, this is an amazing album. Like so my favourite of the first two, Debut, my favourite, Life is Peachy, Issues. Then for me, Take a Look in the Mirror is their fourth best album. Untouchables as a close fifth, and Follow the Leader is my sixth favourite, and still a really good album. I'd give it like a strong 7.5, but the only reason why I'd give it a 7.5 is because it's very front heavy. But following up, Take a Look in the Mirror, and honestly, an album I completely forgot existed is See You on the Other Side. This is probably, it was the worst Korn album for the longest time, but they've done probably worse albums since. I can't think. Well, they have done, yeah, they've done the dubstep album. But like this album, I'd give it like a 4 out of 10, if that. Like a light 4 out of 10. Like the song that really stands out is Coming Undone. I love that song. There's probably a few others I can't fit. This album just all sounds the same to me. Twisted Transistor, obviously, you know that was one of the hits. But like, I really can't remember any of the other. This was when Korn really went downhill, in my opinion. I would honestly give this album like a 3.5 at best. This album's horrible, and this is when the band really started. I couldn't quite put my finger on why I didn't like the band anymore for their newer stuff, but this album was the start of it. I honestly forgot this album even existed. I don't like it. But their Untitled album was a bit of a step up, I thought. Some consider this one of the worst Korn albums. I disagree. This album's alright. Evolution and Hold On especially are amazing like lead singles. They're quite experimental. They take a bit of getting used to, but like I think they're really good lead-off tracks. So I felt like we were progressing. There's a few others. I honestly can't remember all the titles on this album. It's still one of my lesser favourites, but like it felt better than See It on the Other Side. I'd still probably only give it about a 5 out of 10. Just because it has two good songs doesn't mean it's a good album. So we were slowly getting there. But this band, going through their discography, they weren't for me anymore. I was just sticking to their early stuff. But then we got Korn 3, Remember Who You Are, which I have somewhere over there on the shelf. A bit of a return to form, and honestly, my favourite of theirs since Take a Look in the Mirror. I still return to Let the Guilt Go, I still return to Oildale, and I consider this a bit of a step up. Like, there's a lot of great production on this album as well. There's a few songs that sound absolute garbage. It's definitely a mixed bag, but some of the songs sounded so promising on this album, and it's felt like a step in the right direction, honestly. I'd give this a strong 6 out of 10, probably. Like, it's nothing on the first six still, but like, it had some really promising lead-off tracks. But it turns out I spoke too soon, because those two albums, for me, are about as good as the band gets since those first six. Like, yeah, maybe some of the newer ones that we're going to get to later are probably on about the same level, more or less. We'll see how I feel about them later. Yeah. But I spoke too soon regarding Korn 3, Remember Who You Are, because we then got the dubstep album, was it called The Path of Totality? Yeah, Path of Totality. Get Up is listenable, I guess. Narcissistic Cannibal was the other single. Yeah, it's okay. Like, they're actually two of the more bearable songs. Even when I first heard them, I thought, this is different. But they're actually two of the more bearable songs, considering this album is like, Along the Sea on the Other Side is my least favourite. I'd give it like a 3.5. Yeah, about 3.5. It's on about the same level as See on the Other Side for me. Next album, Paradigm Shift. Yeah, Paradigm Shift, yeah. God, I really don't give a shit about modern Korn, do I? Never Never is a great song. Spike in My Veins is quite a good song. Love and Meth, or Love and Meath, how you pronounce it. Yeah, there's some really good singles on this album, and it's not bad. It's really not bad as an album. But, like, is it consistent? Not really. But I'd give it a light 6. It's about the same level as Korn 3. It's not terrible, and it's honestly one of their better modern albums. Then we move on to Serenity of Suffering, which, when I got into Korn, it was like the first album that came out following when I got into them. And the song Take Me is really good. I like the song Take Me. You have Rotting in Veins, okay. Yeah, it's an okay album. Black is the Soul's quite good. Has a couple of standout lead singles. But it's probably on about the same level as Korn's Untitled album. It's just very okay. Yeah, about a 5 out of 10. Like, and that's pretty much the same with all Korn albums. That's my problem. The band became too mainstream. Became too, oh, here we go again. Like, whereas the early stuff, you'd actually look forward to listening to Korn. Going forward, what was the next album? The Nothing. Yeah, this album, everyone praised when it came out. Like, there's a few really good songs, like You'll Never Find Me and Cold. There's a few others. I haven't listened to it in a while, but like, this album's overhyped. Honestly, I'd honestly rather listen to Korn 3, Remember Who You Are, and Paradigm Shift. It's a bit better than the Untitled album, but I'd still only give it like maybe a strong 5.5. Maybe borderline like 6. Like, this album was pretty promising compared to Serenity and Suffering. But yeah, it's pretty much all one note. People praise the shit out of this album as a return to form, and maybe I've got to give it more listens, but modern Korn just all seems very the same to me. The next album, Requiem, I loved the song Start the Healing. This was like my favourite Korn song since... Probably my favourite Korn song since Take a Look in the Mirror. Like, I love this song. I still play this song all the time. I love it. Start the Healing was an amazing lead-off track. There was a few others on the album. I believe Forgotten was another single. I believe the song was called Forgotten. I really can't remember much about this album. But the song Start the Healing, I absolutely love. If the rest of the album was like that, like, I'd enjoy it more. I'd still give it about strong 5.5 to a light 6. It's all pretty much all the same. I would say it's a bit better than the Nothing. I'd probably give it like a very light 6. But as you see, all of the modern Korn albums, it's all like 5s to 6s to, it's all just the same for me. I really hope they go back to that old sound. There's promising tracks like Never Never, Spike in My Veins, Love and Meth, Take Me, Rotting in Vain, Start the Healing especially. But like there's promising lead-off tracks, Oildale, Let the Guilt Go. Like there's promising tracks, but nothing quite, as a full package, those first 6 are amazing. And nothing comes close to them. I'm sorry, but nothing, certain songs do. But they've become a playlist band, whereas like the first 6 you could just all throw on your Spotify playlist, where like now Korn's become like a playlist band, so it's like, oh, just add that song, oh, just add that song. They've become a singles band, like a greatest hits band. Like if you were to put together a greatest hits of like every song, every good song since See You on the Other Side, you could make one and it would be okay. But yeah, you see what I'm saying? I love Korn, I always will. But at the same time, I hate them for what they've become. But I love the old Korn. So yeah, that's just my thoughts on Korn. How do you feel about Korn? By the way, I won't be ranking their albums because I'm not going to give them justice because I'm an old school Korn fan. And I don't really like the new Korn besides a few songs which I love. So that's just my thoughts on Korn. Don't ask me to rank them because I'm not going to give them justice because I only like the old Korn. You know, so please don't ask me to rank Korn. Maybe rank Korn's entire like songs, like Korn songs ranked, so like worst song to best song, maybe. But I'm not going to rank their albums because I won't give them justice at all. Anyway, I'm rambling on. Thank you all for watching. Any more videos like this you'd like to see, like downfall of Pacific bands that I feel have gotten worse? I don't like to keep things negative. I don't like to make these sort of videos really, but it was on my mind and it's something to do. So thank you all for watching. I'll see you all next time.